this week. Kind of be diving back into more of the vision that our lovely Bloodscale has taken his potion to see, the history of a defeated enemy, one known that they knew as the Undying Prince, as
Hopefully
the
it's over soon.
it'll be over soon. And then but he's been basically seeing the life of Oidri Lifespring, a bananas. Oh wow! Thank you for the resubscribe. 10 months from Marley. Good God.
Noise.
Very nice. Oh, Brandon at 4 months. All right. Thank you guys.
I have the
that
better
is,
emotes.
those emotes. Sorry, pretty good. Oh, slightly disturbing. All right. But so he's been following the fall of this Eladrin, who would become the winemaker for the Sealy Court. The more well thought of side of the Feywild, um, Titania and Oberon, and he fell to the and has now been sent on a mission to collect a great soul, and has selected the Sky Swimmer as the soul that he will kill. Don't look at chat emotes; those are just the best. Good God. Even find these things. Okay, anyway. But so they made their way, and they were quickly stopped when they were heading into Sealy territory. They had been recruited by the Unsealy Court. Headed into it, they were quickly stopped by a patrol of elven guards there who had been trying to defend this particular bridge. Overcoming and hitting them with a bunch of spells, really getting pretty low, they forced them to retreat, but not after a banishment, paralysis, and all sorts of fun things to deal with, and taking, another, 3 months? Yes, hell yes. But she's at tier 2. Hot damn.
Noise.
Very nice. Hype, hype, hype! I need to get a hype button.
Alright, finish the shit. Let's go.
Okay. Alright, so, we're diving in. Last time, we had a retracted session where we were dealing with a bunch of audio issues and stuff like that, but we're back. They have been, due to the Green Knight had transformed himself into a dog to sniff out, or wolf rather, to sniff out the right way to go and try to lead them after suffering of a slight paralysis from the overwhelming emotions involved, wrapped up in the hair remnants that they tried to sniff in the right direction. But they headed towards where they think the Sky Swimmer is and had just come across a hag, one of the Unseelie, where they were going to try to find shelter for the night. And at this point, you guys are walking towards this gigantic tree that has clearly been hollowed out. The area around it, this blackened swamp, and it starts to get more tar and as you walk through it, and eventually it becomes this really difficult terrain and starts to have this sucking of every step as you walk closer and closer. So you find yourselves who would like to be at the front? Can get just a general mark.
I'll go front. Cause I'm scouting the trail right now, right?
Yes, yeah.
I am also still heavily injured, so I'm gonna stay in the back.
I'll go second.
How much health do you
I'll go
do?
second.
I'm about halfway.
64 out of 118.
I can give you a superior healing potion if you like.
I mean, I would say you do know you're about to bed down for the night and get your healing spells back in the morning.
Oh,
Oh,
wanna
then
save
never
nuke?
mind. We're gonna wait.
If you
No,
wanna-
I can just nuke you with healing right now.
Oh.
Or will her hit points be restored by sleeping though? Is
Yes,
that right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, never mind then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will be third.
I'll go second.
So, third, second. So that leaves. So marching order. I have Green Knight,
I'll
Flame
go.
Knight, Undying Prince, Squall Knight, and then finally Twister. Is that correct?
Sounds good to me.
Squall Knight approves.
All right. So perfect. So as you walk up to the door, with this just a small screeching from inside, small.
It's a good sign. I like that. That's a good sign.
I'm gonna turn to the Undying Prince behind me and just kind of give him a look. Well,
Any of you got magic? Check for traps or something. This just feels like a trap to me.
Hag.
Mm. Yes.
We're on a
Okay.
mission. We need respite.
And then the door just suddenly opens. It's this, and it's like super slow. You see this crazy looking. She's all hunched over, and like her back seems to have grown up and over, almost becoming like a shell behind her. But it's like a snail's shell, almost growing out the back of a regular person with like a fleshy coating over the top of it. Her fingernails are long, and she has bones tied up in her hair. The hair kind of pulled up into almost a giant knot coming to the top. And then as she looks out, she's like, she... and she looks up, and then she walks up, and kind of stares at you. She bring you.
I can't hear you, dude.
God
Cutting out.
damn it! Okay, I see the things
You
that
weren't even
bring
cutting
you
bad
here.
out. It was just way too
It was just
quiet.
gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see the things that bring you here. Reasons far and reasons near. Passion still smolders, more than smothers. Revenge for most, loyalty for others. A shame. Will not do my cleaning. I guess it all gives me. A harbor, a safe house to be kept warm. It's a violent coming storm, housing all unseelie guests. Dead promise binds me to this mess. It's hard not to speak in riddles when promises are never. Chance to bind you. Chance to bind on a misstep of to seal.
Could you start again from
Yeah,
chance to bind?
say that again.
So, start one from where?
Chance to bind.
A chance to bind on to the mere step fate to seal. And she kind of smiles, and like you see like about 8 teeth, none really next to the other, as she kind of like opens the door and gestures you in. As you walk through, each in your turn, first the forest knight, she's like clad in green, head to foot, a debt to be paid, what was saved also took. And then next was Flame Knight, she says, brought back unbidden, bathed in flame, loyal servant
Can
without
I
a name.
respond or?
Yeah, you can if you like.
I mean, sounds like you're bound as the rest of us, Hag. Thank you for your help. Conditions may not be the best. You have my sympathies. And then I go into her
Sympathies
house.
given, sympathies taken. Just nods. And as Flame Knight, you walk through, she's like, brought back unbidden, wreathed in flame, loyal servant without a name, but a city once served, calls again.
Quiet, woman. We are here for rest, not for riddles. Now, if you don't mind, show us to our rooms where we may bed down and rest so we may be on our way.
Here at her will, but at my service. She just gestures you through. And then next is Undying Prince, correct?
Yes. Just give me a rhyme.
Unbroken, unbowed, unbound and free, but a pact for revenge takes a hit.
What doesn't take a fee at this point?
Squall Knight, hidden in shadows, blades and spells, heavy sits the secret veil, all to serve. So, and then, did you say anything?
I'm gonna make babbling brook sounds at her.
You prestidigitate, and it's just this.
What?
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
Use the spell prestidigitation, cause like a babbling brook, or you just go.
I guess I'll do the classier thing of prestidigitation
As you
instead of
walk,
just going.
So as you
Alright.
as you walk through, the rest of you hear just a babbling brook as she walks by, and then last the twister comes. She looks at you and she's kind of cocks her head, looks direct, like kind of gets up a little taller to try to look you in the eye, and then sits farther back, and she's like, "She holds her queen close to her heart, with a promise to fulfill, or wind becomes dark." She steps out of
And- Still, I will. Ag.
She kind of like gestures you in, and you see as you walk in, there's like bubbling pots, but like a lot of them are gross and sticky, like many green, black, and you see there are beds set out for everybody, and it's super small inside of the hut, but it's all sorts of kind of like the smell of decay all around. You see bits and pieces of animals, and you see dried out things hanging on the ceiling. Everything from lizards to like jerky to beaks and skeletons from birds. And like as after you enter, she kind of like waves her hand, and this old broom kind of like just flies up around and starts dusting and sweeping the floor. And then she kind of looks at you. And it's like just like kind of closes one eye, closes the other eye, and then are you in?
I don't know if it. Oh, sorry.
And then there was
Hire. I am more just for hire.
Speak plainly. Do you wish to deal or just give us a room for the night?
One baby, both.
Do you have any healing potions?
I have plenty supplied to you, so. But more information can be sold.
Fantastic.
I would-
Do you know what we hunt for?
She kind of takes another like big like inhalation, like. There is more. And she goes over to the Undying Prince. She looks you over, and she looks directly into the dome, and then she says, "Addicted to lives, not your own. Power from the last time surely has grown, but the seed once planted will have to be grown. No, isn't for you." She steps back, and she smells again, and
just in the dome. You just hear coughing.
Ah, mist in the sky. Seek to bring.
What'd she just say? I'm sorry, I was dying a little bit.
Future I can sell. Deal to be made. Has a debt they need to be.
Believe I do.
Step
Can
forward.
Can I stealthily cast detect magic?
Sure. Do a sleight of hand check. Cast the spell.
Sleight of hand. Ooh, that's not gonna go well.
As
-1.
as you start to cast it, she
Where's detect magic? Bam.
as you cast it, you see, and you try. So yeah, you can't ritual cast it, so you have to use a spell slot just as a heads up. And as you do, you see she, as you look at her eyes and her skin glow with this magic pulsing through. You see that every bone that's knit inside of her like hair and everywhere around her is glowing as well. And then you see there's like a small chest like behind her that she's kind of standing between you and everybody that also glows with a magical aura to it.
Cool. Sorry. Go ahead. I almost said Zephyr. Which one?
Twister.
Knight. It's the
Twister
same
Knight.
thing.
Twister Knight. Sorry.
Same thing, just different
Wind.
languages. Ah.
Oh man, this means I'm heart.
You know?
Oh god, this means I'm the ginger.
Not again.
As long as we come together and make Don Cheadle, we'll be fine.
I'm the only one that lives.
I step forward and I hold out my sword and I point it in the ground. I'm like, my duties are twofold, just as my sword. Can you assist me with both, hag?
Can assist with. It's blocked. To give, to take. May I have?
What seek you?
Things of meaning is bound to your soul. Things that, or secrets that no other may know.
Secrets I have plenty.
A secret then? Tell it quick.
Well, I can't say it with everyone in here.
Then whispering in my ear will do the trick. She kind of leans forward.
Alright, so I tell her part of my story.
Perfect. Everybody who wishes to try to... Is anybody trying to eavesdrop?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody who's trying to eavesdrop, roll your perception checks.
But with rhyme and some hidden concealment.
Perfect. So, and then for you, I want a just a general stealth check, and then a charisma check.
And a charisma.
Damn. Very nice.
Okay, so you
What's
managed to
the
keep
save
it
that check?
super quiet. So it's really hard to make out any words that she's saying. You don't do too well with the rhyming or trying to make it more of a riddle, like speaking like she's speaking, but you keep it quiet enough that no one else is able to pick up what your purpose or anything is. And she nods, and then she kind of leans back. She's like, ah. And she says, hearts betray, add to your might. A back unwatched will last the night. Trust not one, but in of all. Together you succeed, march you. Path is unfettered. Your path is fettered. Dangers unseen. Also with hunters clad in green. Watch your step, or your world careens. The sky once open to feed. Purpose, not your own, sets you free. You see the Undying Prince just flop down on a bed. And then she starts thinking, and she's like, your prey, I know a little bit. Trade you. She starts just pointing at everybody.
I mean, I am a tracker by nature and am comfortable in those woods. What could you offer someone with my skills?
What to look for, to seek. What is strong and what is weak.
Is this all you have to trade? Is information for our souls?
Souls are taken,
Secrets?
secrets only. Something
And what do you-
precious.
Why are our
The
secrets?
one so low.
Why are secrets of worth to you?
I don't get out much.
Insight check.
Go ahead and
Yeah,
roll it.
definitely, for sure. Fuck's sake.
With my +0.
She seems to be.
Wait.
Can I do an insight check on
Yeah,
that as
everybody,
well?
everybody can. Yeah, she's not trying to
Nailed
hide
it.
anything. All right. So, holy shit. Forest Knight, Blaze Knight, she's definitely not lying about she does not get out very much. In fact, all of you get the idea that she's not lying about that. She was very earnest that she doesn't get out. But Oidra and Twister, like all of you Like, you know that there are magics and stuff that can be tied to secrets, and like secrets can be used in as like parts of spells like can only be cast with like the telling or expulsion of a secret. Especially hag magic seems to have a lot of power bound up in them, so they use it basically as like a spell component, and they'll burn the secret away and to use it spell casting.
So you ask for secrets and offer us rest. Well, then
Only what
won't
I
you
do
tell
best.
me what's
The
in
rest
that
is
chest?
free. Go
I was
with
trying to
bound
ask what's
to
in
the rest
chest, you
already.
bastards!
Sorry.
I even had a rhyme and everything.
Sorry.
Damn.
Go ahead with
No,
your
it's
rhyme.
fine. I just want to know what's in the chest.
Seeks to see beyond the veil. A secret I do. She pops it open and pulls out a crystal ball. And she holds it.
Oh. I mean, what can you do with a crystal ball?
Future, the past, predictions when asked.
Get a lot of visitors coming through here?
Oh.
And what use is the crystal ball to you?
A spy's tool to see near and far, so I don't have to leave. As
How?
she stares into it, you see like the rhyme scheme just
I
kind of
would have said
fades out
boudoir.
as she kind of you see the rhyme scheme was not intentionally dropped as she stares into it, and she kind of like gets this slack look on her face. See just the smallest glow from inside of it, and then she shakes back and pulls it close.
Is there anything that we can see within it?
It just looks like a crystal ball to you guys. You saw a faint glow of magic, but other than that, there's no visions or anything dancing in it. It's just for right now completely just a clear crystal ball.
Can you see the past of others, even if they do not know it themselves?
Yes. But what do you have
That
to
would-
trade when you know none of your own secrets?
The secrets of others, of course.
Ah.
I mean,
She
those are the
gestures
kind
you
you
forward.
want, right?
She just yes, 10.
Oh, I step forward.
I am listening and
Oh, 100%.
Oh, I'm
Sam.
not even. I'm not even whispering.
It's a small room.
It is. Yeah. Memory vexes me. One that I cannot fully grasp. A home that I don't remember calls to me. Somewhere different. Somewhere else. Seek it.
Somewhere
I wish to know
vast.
it.
From your past.
And
My bad.
You already said
trading
past.
secret.
Gas, grass, or ass. No one rides for free.
I do.
Payment first, and then past.
Hmm.
This concept you find hard to grasp?
No, not at all. Just wondering where we can do so privately as to not
She like leans forward and
worry the others.
does the ear thing like she just did to the Twister Knight.
I don't whisper as well as she does.
Chance to take, or what is lost to be found. What is speech but a little sound?
Hold on. I think I actually have a spell for this.
Perfect.
I do not. Shit. Thought I did. Sorry.
That's okay. She also takes items and things like that. You know that.
Okay.
So if you have anything that you see,
Perhaps the favor of one who has great might.
favors traded of great worth. What favor you
Oh,
give?
not a favor, but someone else's favor. Knowledge of that favor to one may be undeserving.
She looks down at herself like, the hell?
No,
Ooh.
not you. Not you.
Whose favor would you give? That is not your.
Stop insulting our host.
Perhaps we'll speak more in the morning, or perhaps during the night while these fools rest. And I'm going
Not
to
a
start
fool.
casting Find
Oh, wait, we can't hear
Familiar.
him.
Ah.
Oh no, I'm talking out loud.
Be wary calling
What is-
those you need. Thought beneath. For that's what through Steve. The life forgotten fell to arrogance, and now you seem to want the same dance.
Also, like, come on, man. There's no reason to be rude about all this. We're all here. We're all trying to get this done. Just be decent, will ya?
I'm trying to.
Try harder.
Failing.
I believe in you.
Wow, very well. Very well.
Spoken harshly, but also truth. The Greek one. Not lying. Pardon.
Right. We wouldn't even be in this situation had other leadership been chosen, and I'm going to start casting Find Familiar off in a corner.
Perfect. So you start tracing out your familiar. And then,
There's just a middle finger rising from my bed.
so, and then, does anybody else want to? She
Shit, we
turns
haven't
back to
done
you.
anything yet.
She turns back to you, Green Knight. She's like,
Uh-huh.
kind of holds out her hand and beckons you over.
I walk over. Yes.
Do you trade for strong and what's weak? The answers to the seek.
Oh, I'm not exactly sure what you want. I'm not a keeper of secrets by nature. What is it you desire? What sort of thing?
I know nothing of you. Trade something known to you, others. Or I think a face hidden tells another.
Well, my identity is something that I must keep to myself. Is there perhaps something else we could barter with?
Item.
I'm gonna check my my character's gonna do a quick mental check of his inventory. Do I have anything from my family on me?
Yes, yeah, you have something you always carry with you. I forgot to put in such an idiot. So sorry. Yeah, you have a little straw doll. It's a doll made of like corn husk like material that has been folded over and legs are split and it has two little arms and it's dressed up like a little knight armor that you
Hot tamale.
when you still had your
Hot-
job.
I
And it's
have
slightly
something
burnt.
you can see, something you can hold, but I'm gonna need it back
The piece
once
to
all is
keep.
told. And how would you feel about a lock of hair? That be something? Or I don't know.
A lock of hair is more than fair. She sticks out her hand.
I must know that your intentions with that. I'm not, giving too much away here. What are your intentions with my hair? I just must know the price I pay.
Tensions for something given not sought are often hard to be. In a moment's notice, it's hard to tell. Things I could do with it, many as well.
And of the things that you can think of, which would cause me harm or grief?
Many offensive objects to be used. Getting spying on, you could be used. Having done.
Can I get a small DM translation on that one?
Yeah, basically, I'm trying to run my ass off. Basically, she's saying she can use it to cast maladies like sicknesses and things like that, and she can also use it to spy on you.
Well, it is against my creed to do others harm, and to have you see me later would be just to reveal my identity at a later date. So, perhaps there's another deal we can strike? Is there any other information you would like?
A piece of this thing of emotional world. Surely.
Okay. Right, I pull out the doll, and I pull out a knife, and I shave off just some pieces of the corn husk that make up the leg, just a little bit on each side.
So there's
a little off of each arm.
Perfect. So you give her, and then she takes the shavings and she quickly like folds them up and puts them in a pouch at her side. And so she kind of looks at you and then she's like, the mighty fear of draw it in with its greatest desire. Its favorite food spouts steam, armored from in darkness it returns to the earth. A tea from starflower and tree help you keep the oath taken on bended. To steal a soul against its dread, to take you where only fools tread. DM translation for you, so that way.
Cool, thank you.
You're gonna get that written down, right?
Yeah, I was like, is there a handout for that one, or?
Yes, yeah. So I'm gonna go and show you the
Sold out my son for that, so whoops.
Oh, it's okay. So just real quick because I accidentally put.
Oh yeah, heaven forbid.
It's just GM notes that I.
No, I'm just.
So
Oh, gotcha.
show it to you guys. So basically, it says that you can make a tea out of starflower blooms and oak leaves, and that will make you immune to its fear effect. And then you would know that the what starflowers bloom, and then kind of like in oak trees and stuff are easy to find. You know that starflowers bloom at night and have a light purple glow to it. And then it's speaking of dragon turtle eggs, or young dragon turtles are the sky swimmer's favorite food. You can use that to lure it in.
Oh, which turtle? Sorry.
Dragon turtle.
Dragon. Oh, we're gonna feed it some
and then,
camera.
If you blind it or cast darkness on it, you'll force it to land, greatly reducing, and that'll greatly reduce its speed to make it much easier to attack.
Great. Okay, Hag. Thank you much. Is there? You don't happen to have any starflower on you, or some such?
She just shakes her head.
Ugh. Every time. Well, if we're in a talking and sharing mood, I was wondering how it is you came to be tied to this mission.
A mistake. One of pride.
Fair enough. Oh.
Locks me here deep inside this tree, which is my prison, kept every morning to be swept.
Was there any thing we can do to help?
Shakes her head.
Well, you have my sympathies. I must rest now. I wonder whatever pallet is mine
And then so
Bed down. Get to sleep.
does anybody have anything else they would like?
I lean over to the forest knight. I'm like, so pray tell me, what is the significance of that doll?
I mean,
To a family member, maybe.
Maybe once we know each other better, I'll let you know.
Well,
Then I
let's
just
say
turn
we
over.
get to know each other.
Well, hopefully our mission doesn't last too long. No offense, but I've other things I need to get done.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. I have my oaths to keep as well.
You have my sympathies. Got a catchphrase. Woo!
And then as you guys are all kind of bedding down, she's kind of just wandering around and sweeping the floor, and then you hear her mumble under her breath. And as she walks by you, Green Knight, you hear briefly mutter, "A life of adventure calls to your heart, bending chance from the start. Tell a story you are a part, a hero's life becomes your art." And then as she goes past Twister Knight, you hear, "Started in hatred and hate, mixed with blame. Call of nature
I
saves
can't hear that.
again." Wait, what? You guys, did it break out?
Start it over again.
Okay. Started in darkness, hatred and tame. Every meal was mixed with blame. The call of nature saved again. A guarded heart seeks out the pain. And then, as she goes by you, Fire Knight, you hear, "Companions with those who open your sky, sent on a task, but followed the why, found to be worthy. I just kept going. And then a small knight as she walks by you. What's that? All right, 1 second. Given a task and fated to fail. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Oh, wait,
By the
no.
way, just fucking fantastic job with all this rhyming. You guys are making me cast an hour-long spell so my character can be busy so I can write this shit down.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I can send you the all of the rhyming and everything. Which and now that we've gone through like pretty much all of it, I'll share it with you so that way you guys don't have to try to memorize all of her stuff because I know it can be kind of weird. I know. Save. I'm trying to remember. Damn it. Let's see. Let me take a look here. So sorry. 1 second. I know it's written here somewhere.
Good,
I
man.
just gotta find it.
You're good. You're good. Also, as a side note, I'm really glad we postponed last week because I feel like the energy is so much better for this little rap competition we got going on.
So used to muting my mic for coughing, and I'm playing a character that can actually cough all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Your blood skill just develops a severe cough after this.
Wait, have we started?
God damn it.
Hey.
Hey, don't worry, TJ. I got it in like right when he started streaming too.
Oh,
so
no, I
we're
know.
double covered.
All
Okay.
right.
I just
I just
wanted
don't want
to-
you worried that you might have missed it.
Here we go.
I just wanted to bury the lead this week.
All right. So, Squall Knight, you hear purple claims your land of. You were sent to the middlest portions of Earth. Companions found and friends to be made, but can your realm be saved? In there somewhere. Then I will go ahead and just share these with you now. It's going to be under a handout called the Witch Riddles. You guys managed to get all of them out, so I don't even have to edit it. So bam.
Sweet. Ooh.
All right. So with that, you guys kind of bed down for the night. Go and mark off a long rest. You said you wanted a hawk for your companion, correct?
Yeah. So I was gonna have the hawk stand watch over us, and in probably about 4 hours, wake me and the hag up.
Perfect. Okay. So the I'll go let's hawk real quick so you can send your journal. That's
Sweet.
put it in everybody's journal so everyone can see it. And so I go roll a d6 for his health.
Sure. Boo. Hey, he's
Alright.
got 2.
It's more than the one he comes with. So, all right. So
True. It's more than. That's still one shot, even if I rolled a 6 for everybody at this level. So.
luckily he has pretty decent perception. He has a +4. So go ahead and click and see if you can roll perception using his character sheet.
Oh, you made a character sheet for it.
Oh yeah. Should be just at the top there. So easy to.
Yep. Yep. Sure.
Perfect. And so, perfect. As you finish your the ritual in the corner, and for this, you see the rest of you see the Flame Knight just constantly like he brings his thumb up to his mouth and a little flame spout comes out of his mouth, and then you see he draws his thumb across it, and then he starts to like kind of right in the dust, and then you see he kind of grabs some things out of a little pouch, and then he lights them on fire with a tiny little breath, and then holds them in his hand, and then he starts to smear around all of these things on the ground, and then eventually all of it comes together, and then little flameless hawk appears, and it has like little lights and bits of flame that kind of bounce off of it.
Can I actually interject on that?
Yeah.
Can I flavor that hawk?
Oh yeah.
It's actually it's very muted for the Feywild, and even after summoning it, the Blaze Knight kind of looks at it curiously, like it's some kind of creature that he knows, hasn't seen in quite some time, like some distant memories just pecking at him. It's very muted and wears a cloth collar in dark green.
And then, do you want to name your hawk?
He has a name, but I don't remember it right now.
Perfect.
Hawkins.
Steve?
Harvey.
Harvey?
Harvey the Hawk.
Some sort of bird man.
Alright. And then, so I'll say Harvey Hawk. And then, this is 17. So, as he's, exactly 4 hours later, he'll just this tap, 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 tap. And as you waken, you see the hawk is looking at the face and it taps its beak on your helm once more. You realize it can't tell if your eyes are open or not.
I'm gonna
it
wave
kind
at
of
give him the
recognizes-
thumbs up and
Can
Stand
I can I see if the pecking would wake me up? The sound of it hitting his helmet.
do we roll a stealth check for that?
Let's just roll a 'cause you are
I'm not a very good
but you're kind of like a you know what actually everybody with
sleep
these
lightly, right?
conditions everybody roll a perception check at disadvantage.
Including me?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Shit!
Or actually,
Alright,
you
alright.
roll one regularly to see if anybody notices.
Me?
Me?
Mike.
Okay. Perception, you said?
Yes, please. Okay,
dash.
so Forest Knight, you're the only one who hears it. But
I don't
Okay.
move at all. I just stay listening.
performance check. But for now, yeah.
Can I get advantage on that since I'm?
Since you're
you
just
know.
pretending to sleep, yeah, I'll give you advantage on that. That's fairly easy perform. Okay. So as far as you know, nobody's been woken up by your hawk as he kind of perches on your shoulder. And as he perches on his shoulder, it's weird. It feels like he's always been there, but you don't remember him at
All right, well, I'm going to step outside after he wakes up the hag and just kind of give her that.
You look up. She looks like she never went to sleep.
That's creepy. Okay, well, I'm gonna go out and close the door, and hopefully nobody can hear me talk to her out there.
Perfect. So she follows you out, and then as she gets to the threshold, you see she stops, looks down, and looks at you. Can I progress? For bound I am to this fucking mess.
Interesting. Well, if it's secrets that you seek, perhaps your interest I could pique. For a queen's unearned favor, a weak leader puts us all in danger. And one whose face we cannot see is the one who stops me from being free. The queen of air and darkness lies. She seeks the death of the thing that flies. The undying prince she has bound, and if you seek great leverage, there it can be found. Now tell me of my past. Whose memories are these? Who is this hawk?
Remember you not, your hawk? She gives a big toothy smile, and then her face goes like deadly serious as she leans in. She's like, "Oh,
I know what I am. I don't know
know you
What I
what
was.
you were."
That's the answer that I seek.
General, second only to one. Equal. Had. Battled. Its most fierce. A heart with one blow. But alas, did fall to be pulled by the call. A queen in need of a servant as such. Closer, I will tell you which.
gonna lean in closer.
You're called by the city of Asgrod El Go. Just did that.
Can I hear all of this? Can I get a
Roll a
do I
perception check.
Okay.
I would assume he can since
Uh,
she can't leave the fucking door.
Yeah, she cannot. leave.
Advantage, disadvantage.
Just straight.
Okay. Perception, right?
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah, you can definitely hear it.
Cool.
So she basically she tells you that the city of Nazgrod is a city that you served as a general, second in command to a mighty general whose name has been lost to time, as yours nearly was. Says your name is. Give me 1 second.
I get to know my name.
Vraze.
I wanna know your name.
Braze.
Vraze.
Oh,
Vraese. Dude, goblin names are weird. So
V
Vraze.
R
Ooh.
V R I S E.
Does my
That's
character
correct.
know that's a goblin name?
Roll a history check.
Oh, you spelled it.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
in chat. Yes, yeah, you would recognize this as goblin because you're a pretty well individual,
Oh, snip snap.
things like that. And then yeah, you were known as Vraze. The what's the name?
Braze Kushranada.
Uh, it was. I'm trying to remember what it was. It's like sorry, hold 1 second. Let me. Vraze the Bloody Butcher. There it is.
Oh, I like it.
And so she tells you that you basically part of the expansion of the Hobgoblin Kingdom, and it was hundreds of years ago. But in Feywild, time is slightly different. So she caught you and resurrected you before your body was even cold, seeing how useful you'd be as a servant and binding you to her. But she knew she couldn't keep you forever, and so as soon as you started showing the signs, she started teasing you with the idea of freedom, so that way it would be the only thing you sought rather than revenge. And at that point, she looks at you and she's like, "Have you something to trade for the future, man? Can see
So
far,
quick
and I
quick
can see
question
near."
to the
Yeah.
quick question to the DM.
Yeah.
When she's telling me this, is this like, am I actually remembering it, or is it like someone telling you of a drunken night?
It's sparking images, but when she says the bloody butcher, you all of a sudden remember being in battle, and you look down at your armor, and you realize that the armor is it's completely the same, only where it had symbols of the city and everything like that, there's now just like these glowing energy marks of like this kind of turquoise energy. And you remember being a hobgoblin, but then you don't remember being able to do all of these fire things. And she, as you're kind of looking at it, she's like, she kind of explains that you were brought back through a ritual of fire and now are a fire ganassi. And then you remember, you remember the longsword in your hand, not on fire, but covered in blood. You remember just hacking through enemies, shield in one hand, sword in the other. And you remember just being a bulwark, kind of like leading from the front. You almost had kind of like a Spartan fighting tactic with a bunch of like a line of shields. But yours was specifically designed to so that people behind you could see you, and you're looking at it, and then you realize as you concentrate on it, you can it glows different colors, and you realize you used to send messages to your phalanx behind you by using colors through your shield, and that was a main huge tactic for the hobgoblins, as they were silent killing. You never heard an order, you never saw flags, you never knew what they were going to do, but they always moved together. No one ever knew how. And so you realize that using magical items and with just lights and things that only you and the other hobgoblins could see was the main way that you got around and pulled off these massive victories. You would also a bunch of battle
That is
tactics come back to you as well, and several battles as it
cool.
just comes rushing.
Well,
And then
I'm
she
that much more equipped for my task at hand, but I don't know if I want to complete it now. Tell me which.
completed now.
My
You'll never just as stuck and bound as me.
so my freedom is possible. Thank you. was going to be a question I was going to ask.
Then she pats the hawk on the head and she says, "Well done, Paul." And the chat
Oh,
she,
vexed. Yes, that's
as you say the
that's
name,
much better than Harvey.
the hawk looks and then like rubs into your hand, and then you'll have flashes of this familiar. Well, you had magical abilities in your previous life, and this has been your familiar your entire life, and it is the same one summoned now that has been your companion in years.
Huh.
Sorry, just a quick question for how I should handle this
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Does my character know anything about hobgoblins or have any history with hobgoblins?
So you're basically listening to her describe pretty well-known history at this point. You've even heard the name, the Bloody Butcher, never with the name attached to it, because the name had fallen to time while the reputation of this Bloody Butcher, kind of like almost like you're
So-
hearing the story of Attila the Hun told to Attila the Hun. You know,
Okay.
Only-
Attila the Ton.
only he's
He's
going
really fat.
only he's going by he's going by the name Addy or something weird, like so you're basically getting this dead
Atticus.
historical figure, being told his own past, and so you get an idea that you get the story, and so what you want to do with it, go ahead.
Sorry, and then with the way that the Feywild works, would I know that this is like that it's possible for him to be out of time, or is this like he's alive and shouldn't be?
You know that, like, when you heard that he was resurrected, so he was definitely dead at one point. With the way
Okay.
that time works and entering and exiting the Feywild, especially since you've had to do so on multiple occasions, it's possible for particularly powerful Fey to sometimes manipulate the flow of time and be able to jump in at certain places. There's a heavy cost to them to do it, or that's what you've been told by them. And so that's that this is basically a prize stolen from the material
Stolen
plane,
from. Okay, cool.
so that she could claim it for herself to use.
Okay, but like I wouldn't suspect that he's going to return to my time, right?
No, you suspect that if and when he is returned, that it's going to be more along the lines of the present, because no Archfey is going to pay the price to put him back in his time, and you know that you have no memory of him, or you don't have any historical knowledge of him in any books or anything. So unless he goes back and lives the quietest life ever, which would be unlikely, he's probably going to be spit out of whatever the present is.
Don't railroad me. No, I'm just
So
kidding. I'll
he's-
butcher the fuck out of everybody.
So he could come
Everyone will have a piece of my DNA in 1,000 years. Everyone.
back. So it's Attila the Hun, but he's going to come back to present day with us.
It's
Okay.
Bill and Ted.
Yeah. I just want
Excellent
to.
adventure.
No, that definitely informs how I respond to this. That's all.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
And did you want to do anything else? Slept or?
I'm gonna go have my hawks do a quick fly through the room, see if anybody is awake.
Perfect. Go ahead and do a perception check with the hawk.
He has advantage.
And then so you close your eyes and you suddenly fall into the familiar sensation of falling into the hawk's eyes, and it's almost comforting, and you feel your body sink into the armor, but your eyes fly away, and you look around. As he's flying around, you see no. Seems like they're all asleep.
Yeah, perfect. I will. Thank you. I hope the deal is profitable for your end as well.
In time, as long as you live, it's crimes.
I found a renewed vigor for it. And then I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna go to sleep and tell my hawk to watch over me.
Perfect. And so as you go to sleep, the hawk kind of, as you're laying down in full armor, not even thinking to take it off, the hawk, he just kind of lands on the protruding horns from your helmet, and he just kind of looks around and watch from there as the night goes through.
And that's it for me.
Perfect. So the night goes pretty uneventful. You guys sleep right through it. You are under the protection of this hag. Yeah, and so you awaken the next morning, and she's still just, as you awaken, she's still awake, and you see she's kind of, you see her grabbing some things off the wall and crushing it into like a like this cauldron that she's looking over, and then she stirs it. You see, she still has the crystal ball in one hand, and she's kind of looking and muttering to herself as she stirs and everything. She looks into it again, then looks up, and I need everyone to make a perception check.
Sure.
Advantage, disadvantage, regular.
Just straight.
Okay. Oh, no.
Damn
Not
it.
today.
Straight.
Ollie's like, I'll try.
Don't suppose
No,
my
I have-
hawk gets one?
Nope.
Okay, fair enough.
So, Undying Prince, you catch the barest glimpse of a white dragonborn, or a silver dragonborn, that you've never seen before.
Where's this glimpse coming from?
The crystal ball.
Hag, what the fuck is that?
Oh, nothing you care about. Someone surely. Nothing to do with our little deal. She quickly puts it back into the chest and kind of looks up and assume breakfast from me. Take. See you cured all ache. On your way you shall be. A fond farewell you'll have from me. She kind of like bows and pushes the door open.
Do you guys have food on you? I don't. Did I bring food?
Yes, yeah, you all have rations and things like that.
Okay,
Yeah, you're all
Cool.
fully packed and strip.
great. Then I'm like, all right, let us away. Thank you, Hag, for this stay. You have my sympathies.
God damn it.
No rhyme for that one?
I was gonna
Is it
try and
too
think of
hard
a
for
rhyme, and
sympathies?
then I was just like, fuck it.
Perfect. So you guys, hey, say a quick hello to
That Ryan guy.
Featherfall and the Ryan guy.
Oh, hey, Featherfall.
Hello,
Also known as
Featherball!
Mo. I'll be playing with Featherfall tomorrow night, so that'll be really fun.
Awesome.
All right, so yeah, we're doing our rhyme scheming hag that we're just moving forward. So as you guys all kind of pack up and everything, you head outside, and you got
I'm the last one out.
last one out. And do you want to?
I'm the first out.
So first out.
Second.
So same marching order or switching
I'm
that up.
trailing behind
Oh.
with Odra.
As they all come through, I ask, so of you, which of you thinks you can take the most punishment?
It'd probably be me.
I'm waiting for
Great.
everybody to leave the hut.
I
first.
I hand the other 3 people greater healing potions.
Everybody mark a greater healing. Sorry. Go ahead and so as all the rest of you leave out the door, go to the Undying Prince stall for a second.
Hey, Prince.
I need
Try
a
something.
moment with the hag.
Okay.
As you wish.
Uh,
And I stand by the door.
Which I close.
It's fine, but I stand on the opposite end for you.
are there any
you
any
wish-
windows?
There are no windows. If you wish to listen
Are there-
through the door, go ahead and make a perception check at disadvantage.
Yep.
As I'm leaving, do I notice any bugs or anything in the room?
No, everything in this room is dead.
Gotcha.
There's not even a
That's-
spider. There's no spider
even a
webs, not even an
little
ant,
plant?
not even a termite. No plants are alive. Everything in
Alright.
this room is dead.
Fair enough. Then I'm just gonna shrug and wait. I'm not gonna listen.
I was gonna have my hawk listen, but apparently he can't.
What do you mean?
I'm
He rolled an 8.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what would you like to?
He's like,
I don't know. I mean,
don't
if you
give a
want to
shit
give
about
it to me,
this."
that's fine.
No, I didn't. So,
I'm
Undying-
assuming I don't hear anything either.
No, nobody's able to hear what's about to happen.
Hag, what was in the ball?
A hero, one to your fall, sits inside of. Sure, already happened. Changed. Don't worry. It's a game.
You're cutting out ever so slightly, but I
Oh.
think I understood.
She said, a hero that will lead to your fall lies within my crystal ball. A future that you cannot change, but from death you will rise again.
Rise in what way?
Goodbye.
I can offer one trade.
Give. Good eye. Tell me quick.
Absolute fucking madland over here!
Why I made the deal that I did. But I need more on the one in the orb.
Trade.
Just you, didn't I?
What? Don't understand.
Said the secrets of why I made the deal that I made.
Yes, tell me.
I need to know that this will be a fair trade.
Fair trades and deals I do not do. They benefit me, and I know.
All I want is a yes or a no whether I'm going to get more information about the one that was in the ball.
Yes.
That's all I fucking want.
You want more, but that's what you shall have.
The Sealy will pay for Oberon. A slight for a slight.
Slight for a slight, the price now paid. But on Oberon's head that was not to be laid. The one you seek is one who sees you and knows that I've been made a fool. And she shoves you out and slams the door.
I fucking love it.
What a troll.
Damn.
Thought she was a hag. Turns out she was a troll the whole time.
No.
Oh yeah. All right, so
I just turned to him and go,
remember you didn't hear any of that. You just
I
saw
know.
him get shoved
I
out.
just saw the door slam.
Oh, Squall Knight, dexterity saving throw, or not Squall, Twister.
Dex save.
Dex
All right.
save.
I'm extremely fluid, actually.
You barely make it out of the way in time as the door almost collapses away from you, and you just manage to like pull back and then performance check if you want to act like you weren't listening.
And no.
Okay, so you see
Go
as
back.
as you're pushed out, you're almost shoved directly into the Twister, who was clearly at the door.
You see it as Undying Prince lands. He has a hand out that's just sparkling with lightning, as if he was just gonna rain down fucking lightning on this tree until it burned into a million fucking pieces. But is stopping himself.
I applaud your
That good, huh?
action at this moment. Doubt burning
Perhaps
this
we
hag's house down would help us much.
If we kill her, she could be mine.
I somehow doubt that. Looks like your pride was pretty wounded, though, so you have my sympathies.
Perhaps we should move on.
Perfect.
I pick up the.
If any
Can I
of you
pick up the
fall,
trail
you could
from
be
yesterday?
mine.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so go ahead and do you want to transform back into your wolf form?
Do you think I have to or should?
would- no,
You know,
no,
that was gonna.
You wouldn't need to. It's just no like kind of circumstances, so I can judge it.
First, I'm just gonna check for tracks and you know all
So-
of the naturey stuff.
Survival check.
Survival check. There it is.
While he's finding our path, I'm gonna send my
Ow.
hawk up to look out for enemies in the similar garb as the ones that we already fought.
Perfect. Perception check at advantage.
Right.
Perfect. So roll
Yeah, he's got advantage on
sight.
ones that rely on sight.
He may or may not notice, but now around the flame night or the blaze night, I'm very like, you know, I give him a little space.
Okay. Yeah. And so you quickly find the
Nope.
trail, and now you know kind of like you get a better idea of things to look for now that you've been tracking it for a day, and then the hawk looking around you don't see any similarly dressed people or anything like that as he does goes pretty high and then kind of does like a spiraling swoop in, like the way you taught him to scout for prey and stuff. And you remember teaching him now. You remember, he was one of the spells you learned was to find your familiar. And you remember being a very young age using him to hunt rabbits and things back when, before there was an empire that you helped build.
As he's scouting, I'm going to tear a piece of cloth off from whatever it is that I'm wearing underneath
You're
my
wearing
armor.
full
And
plate? Okay, yeah, okay. So you have like okay, good. You tear it off, and then what?
yeah, just under. Just drag it through the mud to create the closest thing I can to a dark earthen green, and tie it around my left bicep.
Perfect. And
Make it similar to that of the hawk.
so as make a perception check.
Sure. Where did my thing go? I did something new and I moved it, and there it is.
As we're walking, I notice that and I ask him, what's the purpose of this?
As you rip it off, you look at it, and it's the color that you were planning on dyeing it. You'd never thought about what you wore under your armor. You can't remember the last time you took your armor off. But this thought of it, you go and you rip it, and you go to do this thing, and it's the color that you wanted it to be. So then you just tie it around your arm.
Huh.
It is faded. There you go.
What was that? What was that, Jess? Did you say something?
Yes. What was the purpose of that?
A memory. One stolen from me, and I wish to not forget it again.
Good
Stolen.
memory.
For me,
How? What do you mean stolen? It's awful.
well, let me ask you. We're all in this venture together. Our
Absolutely.
cooperation ensures our the smaller chance of our mutual demise, does it not?
Well, as the hag said, we must work together. Yes.
Well, a bit of truth. I am more than what you see before you. I died. Some time ago, I don't remember how long, and I was brought back, I think, by our queen, forced into servitude. I'm here for my freedom, so I'm told.
She agreed to give you your freedom for this task.
She promised it. Whether or not I receive it, to be seen.
The Queen of
Right.
Air and Darkness does not lie. If she promised you this, she will abide.
We're all just run.
Ah! Yeah,
I'm so happy right now.
you started it.
Guys, you know the hag's not around anymore, right? We don't have to do this anymore.
God,
You're much
Is-
better at it than me.
Is there? I mean, do the rest of us have our clear memories?
Yes, yeah. The rest of
Okay.
you have your clear memories and purposes and stuff. Yeah. So
Cool.
would have all of that. He's the
But I'm gonna be like, well, I don't think we're all dead. I very distinctly remember leaving, so
Were you
that's
tricked
some
into her
consolation.
servitude, or did you give it willing? If I may ask.
An interesting mix of things happened.
What
Isn't
about
that
you?
always the case?
Yeah, pretty. I mean, seems to be more often than not.
You came into her favor quite quickly, did you not, Prince? What did you do to gain such a high position amongst her court?
Access to her
Ah.
sister.
Heyo.
and all
What?
of you would know that her sister is the Sealy Queen. It's Titania.
Oh.
The one
That
that
is
we're
well known in the Feywild.
and that's the queen of the area that we're currently in, right? The one
That's-
whose
yeah, the one
elves
that-
we fought.
Exactly.
Huh. So, an inside man. That's interesting.
Her and her little lapdog must fucking pay.
Do I know who the lapdog is?
You could make the safe assumption that he's speaking of Oberon, as Oberon has always been a quarter, but never like. Basically, he's always been a quarter of hers and a well-known ally of hers. But since sometimes they do conflict, it's not uncommon for people to see him as her attack dog when they're getting along together. So you would make the logical assumption that she's talking about Oberon.
Okay.
Do I see confused faces or like
Oh, you mean Oberon?
You see,
cocked masks?
I was gonna say you see.
Like that.
I mean, I was literally just gonna say the fucker's name. So I mean,
Yeah, nobody seems to
fair enough.
tilt their heads in on recognition or anything.
I see you know the fucktard's name.
Yeah, well, who doesn't these days?
Yeah, fuck
Shit, I knew
Todd.
his name. Shit, I knew his
Todd.
name sooner than I knew mine.
How about you, Squall Knight? How did you come into service?
What?
I
Squall
go
Knight.
where the current takes me. And the
I
current
thought we
took me
got
to
rid of the
service.
riddles.
What's a riddle about that? I'm the Squall Knight.
Oh, so it's more of a pun.
They're fun.
Like
Can
my
we
entire
fucking
existence.
go?
Yes, we can.
We're going
Just
right
need to
now, in
go.
fact.
We are
we not
walking.
Look at us
We're
walking. Do, 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 do.
We're talking and walking.
As you
Don't
guys,
get your underoos in a twist.
Hers are Aquaman.
so as you guys keep walking through the forest, eventually the wind starts to kick up, and then it starts to get really, really more and more intense, and then pretty soon it's like a good 35, 40 mile an hour wind, so it's buffeting against your plate mail and kind of starting to whistle on certain parts of it, getting pretty annoying. And then I need
I'm gonna bring my hawk in on my shoulder so he doesn't fly away.
Perfect. Yeah, he was struggling a little bit, so you bring him in, and he kind of like tucks really close into like the back of your neck to like kind of shelter from the wind there. And then can I get a perception check from the Green Knight?
I'm the Forest Knight.
Forest Knight, sorry.
What am I doing? Just
Perception.
a perception? Advantage since I'm in
Way
the forest?
cooler.
Yes, yeah. All right, so looking ahead, you see that
Looking
there's
ahead.
looking ahead. No, looking ahead. You
There's
see,
like a sign. Sorry.
there's a sign that says "looking ahead." No. So as you move forward, you see that some of the wind is starting to coalesce and roll into itself and starting to move in almost a sentient manner. Roll a nature check.
Advantage, normal?
Advantage, because I think you've seen. Nope. Never mind.
Fuck.
So
That looks weird!
you just see these weird pockets of wind gathering, and then ahead of you.
Since I'm not sure what this is, I'm also going to see if I notice
You notice what?
oak trees.
Oh yes. You do. You've. We'll say you passed
I
oak
have a
trees
negative
as you're walking.
1 to nature.
Yeah, I screwed that up. That's my fault. But that's okay.
Oh,
You can
okay.
use for now. Use survival in place of nature because that's my fault.
Okay.
So go ahead and re-roll
I
that.
still.
And then,
It still would have been just a 4.
okay, perfect. Yeah, you wouldn't know it anyway. So okay, so for this
for
one, yeah,
the oak
you,
trees.
you're
No.
able to gather oak leaves and stuff as you were walking and kind of moved away from the hag's place of death and decay. But yeah, you're easily able to find oak trees as you walk.
Do I notice any signs for starflower?
You'll have to make a nature check for that.
Any of us seeing it?
Is everybody trying to look for?
God damn it!
Sorry,
I'm gonna try to look.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Is everybody
definitely
looking
looking
for
for shit.
starflower?
How about I'll just call it out. I'll be like, everyone, if you see any signs for starflower, I'm sure I've already got oak leaves. It'll make us immune to the fear from the animal. So probably a good idea.
Sure, I'll help out since he's calling it out.
So
Got a nature check.
Yep, everybody make a nature check.
A +5 to
There we
that.
go. Thank God somebody can roll a nature check. Holy cow!
The
Alright,
guy who
so-
will, if
Check
left
your
unattended,
nature.
will set this whole forest on fire.
All right, so
Hey.
uh,
Ooh, that's a
10,
big
holy
nature.
shit.
God damn.
Oedra and Blaze Knight, as you're looking through, you see like the Skull Knight stops for a second and she pulls up a flower and she thinks he has it. And as she's looking closer, you guys kind of look at the small patch of it that she's found in. It's kind of in this half circle, and as you pick one up, you look at it, and it doesn't have the signature tiny stars. This is very close, but it isn't quite. This is dusk blossom, which is poisonous and really can cause you to crap your brains out for like 2 hours. But working together, you two eventually do find a nice patch of it that you you see grows in a star pattern, and then picking it, you see that the tiny dots of signature like twilight in slightly darker petals. You guys needed 20 or better to recognize the difference, so well done there.
Luis.
So
Oh
you guys,
man, that was close.
you guys, yeah, you went from being immune to fear. You went from being poisoned for 12 hours to having immunity to its fear effects. So well done.
Yay!
All right, perfect.
Mission
So
accomplished.
and then,
And also keep an eye out for signs of dragon turtle
Dragon turd?
Closer to
Dragon-
the coast.
turtles.
Oh, you cut out right at the Earls.
Dragon turtles.
I like
Turtles.
totals. All right, so
Because their eggs are a big old favorite of the sky swimmer.
and then so as you're do you guys want to take a second to brew the tea?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is anybody proficient with alchemy?
Oh, how do we tell what we're proficient in?
It should be in
Oh.
your other proficiencies, and I think Life Spring is.
I can drive a car though.
Oh,
What?
Undying Prince. I think you're the only
Carta.
one
Sorry, I
who
didn't
has
finish there. I stuttered.
alchemy. So go ahead and roll.
I'm looking.
Lower left-hand corner.
I have alchemist supplies and an herbalism kit.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
go ahead
Here,
and-
What am I
take
rolling?
these oak leaves I found.
So use I believe your wisdom
My starflowers.
for that. You can choose wisdom or intelligence for this one. Same modifier.
They're the same.
Perfect. Excellent. So you're quick and easy. You pop out your alchemist supplies, and then you're taking a look at it. And the 22, you take a second and you dry the oak leaves out a little bit more, and that so they'll crush a little easier and powder more. And then do it really quickly and deftly, so you don't even end up burning any of them, so you don't have to go. And then as you're putting this together, you quickly make enough for enough of tea for everybody to drink. And because you got over a 20, this will last for 3 days as opposed to 1 because you make shit out of this.
Noise.
So for 3 days, you are immune to the
So
to
Here you fucking go.
so you guys.
Haven't had to do that shit in a while.
So are you guys headed straight towards the sky swimmer, or are you going to try to get the dragon eggs? Dragon turtle
Eggs.
All right,
Dragon turtle.
well, we have an option actually, because the dragon eggs will bring it close. If we can sneak on and sneak up to it and blind the creature, it can't take off. Wait. Being a nature guy, would I know how close turtle eggs are?
Yeah, you'd have
Generally.
to do like a survival check to know kind of because you know this area fairly well, but to track it down accurately, it depends.
No, I know. Just the general area where you can find
Yes,
dragon
yeah.
turtles versus where we are.
Yes,
about
yeah,
how
you-
far is that?
You know that it is Twilight bound.
Yeah, I know
bound,
it's that.
that you know it's in the direction it's in these it's this place that is like a supersized swampland, but it's closer to like large ponds and crystal clear water rather than like a bog. So it's like a very lively, think Amazon rainforest almost. Supersized.
Right. How far is it?
You know, it's about an 8-hour if you move at a brisk pace.
So it'll cost us a day if we go get the turtle eggs. Just so we all know. And we've limited supplies for healing, though I
If it's blind, it doesn't take off. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
that's what the hag told me.
Yes,
The hag
but we
told me
have to be
blinding
close
or
enough.
casting darkness on its head will force it to land, greatly reducing its speed.
I literally can cast blindness, deafness.
Perfect. So, don't think we need the turtle eggs. Is that fair?
If
How
you
would
want
we
to-
get it within range of your blind? How far can you cast that?
That's the question, because it is 30 feet.
We'll need to bring
That's
it down.
just not close enough. We have to be able to bring it down, so we need to lower it.
Does anyone know Dragon Rend? Didn't think so. We need the eggs.
Yes.
You've got Wrath of Nature, Contagion, Communal
Skyrim
Nature.
reference there.
Yes. I could literally just turn into a fucking bird and land on the thing.
Great.
I mean, I can turn it.
You know how that goes solo.
Want me to turn into a bird? I can do that. I wonder if I turned
It'd
into
probably
a
go fine if I
dragon.
landed and then fucking blinded it.
wonder if I turned into a dragon turtle if it'll come to attack me.
You know you can't turn into a dragon.
Look, we
You
have
Turn
3
into a
days of this
dragon
tea.
turtle and then lay an egg.
Had 3 days worth of this tea. We can go get this quickly.
Okay. Whatever you want to do, and then I'll go that way.
Perfect. So you start leading them towards this kind of rainforesty marsh area. As you guys walk, so it starts to just lightly spray, kind of drizzle-ish down, and as you keep going, it gets a little warmer and a little warm. Pretty soon, you're in this kind of balmy climate where it's super high humidity, and then as you've been tracking that, can I do you to make a survival check?
For me. Advantage, disadvantage.
This one, well, you know the area, so we'll go and do advantage for the survival check.
A bear!
So you keep everybody on this path that you know very well, so you don't have to. You know that there's not too many things that are going to disturb. It's a migratory path for giant elk, and so you know that where they run, and they generally stay away from supernatural effects in the area, and they know it's well carved out, and you get them there quick and easily, and even moving at a quick pace. You instead of 8 hours, you get them there in 6.
Bam. Okay. So,
You guys notice as you keep walking, the sun goes closer to sunset as you get closer.
Would we recognize that we got here faster than probably would have been?
Yeah.
oh, I'd brag about it.
Very well done,
And,
Forest Knight. It is appreciated.
well, it is my job to get you all where you need to go and keep you alive, so the faster the better, am I right? Alright.
Oh, let's find these damn eggs.
Perfect. So, I assume, is everybody looking for the eggs?
Yep.
Then I'm gonna have my hawk stand sentry.
Perfect. Perception checks. Advantage if you talk.
Nat 20.
All right, quick and easy enough. Let's see. Damn. All right, cool. So,
Oh, shit.
yeah,
Sorry.
We found the shit out of those eggs.
quick and easy. Holy shit. Okay, so you guys,
This dumbass turtle didn't even hide these things!
the
Oh,
hawk,
God, I already
hunting
stepped on one.
champion.
the hawk takes off, and then within just a few seconds, like as soon as it hits its height, you hear just a call. It's just like a too quick, like, which means which is code to like look at me, and then as you look up, it dives towards and then flutters back and dives towards and flutters back in a direction, like you've to, and then the rest of you, while looking around, you see it look in that direction, and then through the trees and everything, you see that there's a big pond up ahead. And then getting a little bit closer, see that there is giant lily pads and everything, and there are eggs.
How many eggs do we need?
How big are they?
They are full. You ever play Monster Hunter?
Oh god.
No, but I kind of get what you're going for here.
So they are large enough that somebody would have to commit their bonus action, to hold them and get away with them. You can't.
If I
do
was a
anything
giant
but
eagle,
carry
could
them.
I grab one?
Giant eagle? Giant eagles aren't strong enough.
Forget how many wild shapes I have. How can I... where can I
You have
check
up
my-
to anything up to a CR1. You have flying and swimming ability.
What is that?
Strength of 16. They're about. Let's see, they're about. No, not quite.
Well, if you pick something strong enough, I could always make you bigger.
I mean, I have pretty good strength, too. I could probably... I mean, yeah.
And
I'm
I could
pretty big.
enlarge you.
That'd be fine. How long will that last?
That'll last you a good minute.
Ah, therein lies the problem.
Shouldn't we try enlarging something that can fly as to not disturb the pads themselves?
Does anyone
Or
have
we
any...
could go underneath. I have unending breath.
I can
Aren't
also...
dragon turtles amphibious?
Yes.
Very much so.
Maybe
However,
underneath the water's a poor idea.
perhaps stealth is a good option.
Oh, if we only had someone
Yeah.
that was adept at stealth. And water!
Only.
Or probably good with water.
Yeah.
Maybe had some water spells or something? I don't know.
Maybe.
So I'll give you guys kind of an
All
idea.
night, I do
real quick.
believe this is your time to shine.
So, you guys are.
Or to disappear.
Okay.
Oh, I can just see the eggs, but oh, there it is. Sorry, it's just popping in.
So- Yeah, give it a second. Sorry, guys. So I'll give you cover.
Hmm.
I'm like, I wish I had just some sort of teleport or. Oh wait, I can teleport. Fucking dumbass.
You can even teleport other people.
I can teleport myself and one over there and teleport us back. Who's strong enough to carry an egg?
Oh shit, probably me.
Not it.
Not me.
Been there, definitely been there. All right,
No, you
Flame
haven't.
Knight. Flame Knight, you're with me.
then-
And then, what is it? What is it called? Sorry, I'm looking.
Hey,
It's a.
hey Ty.
Yeah.
If I were to
Path.
enlarge myself, given my 20 strength score, could I theoretically carry 2?
Theoretically, yes. Now, you do know that you are going into the den of an animal that is
Right.
guarding. It could be or could not be guarding eggs. So, you know,
Right.
something that
Oh,
your character would definitely be.
Yeah. Does anyone have some sort of invisibility or some sort of spell that would keep us as quiet as possible? The two of
let's
us.
see.
Ooh,
Nope.
I
have.
levitate.
That's your Aragonasi racial. So you can cast that on yourself only.
One creature or object of my choice that I can see within range.
Oh, nice.
Does
I
that
can
mean she
literally
can bring the
levitate
eggs over?
eggs.
I
I can
like that.
levitate them, but they can only go up or down. Like, so somebody else would have to bring them over.
Yeah, they don't
Well,
move
nice.
of
It
their
kind
own
of puts us.
volition.
But I
Do
can
they
get
become
them
weightless?
out of.
It would negate the weight. That is correct.
Oh, I can have my hawk just push it.
Guys, there's something
Works.
I had that made us
Hidden
quiet,
paths.
right? Thought I had a thing. Sanctuary?
No, that's have anything.
Thought I had something that cast like a dome of quiet. But was that just the hag, or did someone
silence.
else do that?
Yeah. I could literally levitate an egg and the hawk could push it over.
20 feet either direction. Oh, so we just have to get up to 20 feet away?
60.
No, my range is 60 feet, but
Oh, nice.
it goes up 20 feet.
Oh, nice.
I would
Oh,
say we
alright.
get it all the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I can
We can get-
send Pavix and have him push it.
Cool.
Alright, so I'm like, do you want me to do this?
I turned to the prince. Well,
Bodrick?
prince?
Oh, you don't know his
Prince?
name.
I don't know his name. Ah, Prince.
Nobody knows his name.
Well, prince, your mission. We can teleport. We can.
How many can you levitate?
I can levitate one.
How many eggs do we need?
I mean, whatever you would consider enough for bait. One is necessary, 2 for safety.
So you can levitate one. We can hover it over here and see what happens.
Seems like a good idea.
If nothing happens, you said you could teleport you and Blaze together, and then
Yes.
back.
Yes.
Question on your teleport. If I were to enlarge myself and become a large creature, would you still be able to teleport me?
It says one creature up to tie. That's DM call, I think.
What does it say? One creature up to what?
One creature. It just says if Mike became a large creature, would he be able to teleport?
I believe it has to be your size or smaller. It's because I know that it's specific to the type of.
Oh, and a small catch. Oh no, 60 feet. Okay,
And,
cool.
you have the D page.
Yeah, it's hidden paths.
That's,
What is the spell?
read it exactly. It's a
Hidden paths. Starting at 10th level, you can use magical pathways. That's some Fae use to traverse in the blink of an eye. As a bonus action on your turn, you can teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space you see. Alternatively, you can use your action to teleport one willing creature up to 30 feet to.
So you can only teleport one person at a time.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it does not specify the size
You
of them. I will
can
allow it
use the-
because it's a
Alright,
10th
cool.
level thing. So I'd say you can do at
Alright.
least one size larger. I'd say that's fine.
But it's
So-
that can only be gone up to 30 feet. That's
Yeah.
45
Yeah,
feet.
so I'm the only one I can teleport directly there. If we get closer, I can teleport me and the Flame Knight, but we'd have to get 30 feet.
How about I just
You-
make you bigger?
Could I grab two?
Yep, if you were larger, you could grab two.
Sounds
can-
good.
You are the only one who is capable of carrying two without being enlarged because you have a giant stature. So you
I got it. We don't
you
need
can
to.
push,
I can grab
pull,
two.
drag,
No
or
worries.
lift up to 2 times your.
How many
normal
eggs is
carrying
there?
capacity.
How many can we see?
There are
Five.
5.
If I made you bigger, could you carry 3?
You carry up to
I
4
s-
enlarged.
I think I could carry up to 4, but after enlarge wears off, only 2.
Can you teleport
That's-
back?
Yes.
You can do it more than once a day.
Yes, indeed.
Perfect.
You just want me to
Pissed
do
off,
that?
Do we want a
Just want me-
dragon?
Porque no los dos. Sorry,
I
that's
think-
an old language.
Levitate
Why not both?
first. Levitate first, and then we'll send you for 2.
Alright, you have it.
I'm gonna hide. We should all hide as much as we can during this. I recommend everyone
Yep.
take cover.
Just gonna kind of like stretch a little bit and you hear clink, 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 clink. Yeah, that'll go great.
Alright, so stealth checks from everybody. Disadvantage
mean-
if you're wearing full plate.
Going well, everybody. Going well.
So 8 for me.
We are all super stealthy.
So I just like sit back on my haunches and
Ah!
stare.
The rogue.
15 Jeebus.
Still rolled a
Christmas.
5.
Yeah, why don't we
Blambus.
just make
Hey, you don't have reliable talent, do you?
Don't be shady, okay?
She does.
No,
Do
that's
you?
amazing.
So that's technically
25.
25.
Hot dango darn.
Reliable talent. You get at least.
I only know
Alright,
that because I'm really looking forward to that feat.
Let's move on.
Is this plant right here? How big is it?
What's that? That plant?
Yep.
That is a. Well, so as you
Like
see,
a
it's
fern or a tree or?
It's a 10-foot across, giant purple and turquoise fern.
I'm gonna stand behind it.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back from that because I don't want to be right at the water's edge. And I'm still within reach of the.
Perfect.
I am still
Question:
plenty within reach, and I'm going to levitate one of the eggs straight up
Oh.
into the air. Just
Before she starts that, I have a. Sorry, I'm sorry. I just have a
No.
quick question on holding spells.
Yeah.
If I'm essentially holding an action, holding a spell, do I, after 6 seconds, lose that spell slot if it doesn't trigger?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will not hold a spell.
Yep. Perfect. All right. So you see what the eggs rise into the.
I will
hold
keep
fireball.
holding prestidigitation off into, I don't know, the trees to the right.
I'll
Just in
hold
case.
I'll hold firebolt.
That's only
off,
10 feet. Never mind.
in the water, and then tell
It's only 10
um,
feet. Never mind.
Okay. Perfect.
Alex to go move the egg.
And so first egg, how are you moving?
Pavix.
Er,
He's gonna push it across the.
Straight.
I'm gonna try and get him to not go over the water. I'd like him to go this way
Perfect.
and then that way.
All right. So can I get a stealth check? Well, I guess a dex check from Avix, so you should probably do stealth.
He does not. But he has +3 to Dex. It's still not all that great.
And then a strength check.
And that's a -5. Negative.
So Avix flies around and then kind of it's quiet, but you still hear his. But against the background noises of this part of the forest, it's not too bad. He gets to the egg, and you see he starts to like hover near it, and he kind of leans his head towards it, and you see him kind of flapping desperately, trying to move the egg. It's just a tiny bit, and then he kind of like has to back up, and he flaps again, and he goes in to try again. Another strength check.
Sure. Hey, nat 20.
Booyah!
But with a
Okay.
-3.
Well, nat 20 is what he needed in order to be pushed it the whole way. So you see,
This is a dumbass
Best familiar
that shouldn't work.
ever.
Oh!
you know me, I'm never gonna say no. So, yeah, he pushes. Pavix manages to push it all the way over, and it's still hovering in the air as it makes to the other side. How long does levitate last? 10 minutes.
I can levitate for up to 10 minutes.
Perfect. So it comes quietly and quickly over you. Pavix is
And I
really distressed, and he's got like feathers sticking out, but he did it.
I slowly start lowering it, and I tuck it into my pack.
So
Going to give him a piece of jerky from my dry rations. and-
he eats it vigorously, and then
It's like one, and I'm paying attention across the way to see if there's any movement or anything.
the egg is so large it only half kind of fits in, but you get it so you can strap it to your back and be able to.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
You're
do
a
we have
little
any
worried
way to
about it
carry
falling
all
down.
5 of these?
Yeah, I'm looking across at the water to see if we disturbed anything.
Not taking 5, we're just taking 2 more.
perception check. As you
Nice.
okay, so you do see there's some bubbles rising from the pool, but nothing that wasn't there before.
I'm not quite so certain we should tempt the fate. Unless you want to fight.
Small fight here may prevent a harder fight there. We're more likely to take down these damn turtles than that thing without any aid.
Yeah, as the
Oh.
guy who rations the healing around here, I'm gonna say that if we can fight, we should. Just
Do
throwing
you
that
think
out.
you
It's
can
my-
teleport there, grab to teleport back quickly enough?
I can definitely do that. I'm just not sure if we'll be able to escape the turtle, a turtle if one shows up. That's my only concern. Do you think we'll need more than one? Is one not enough to tempt this beast?
I don't know, I asked you a moment ago.
What do I think?
I just have
So-
what the
I
hag
have
told me.
history with the beast, so
So go and roll a history check for me.
this time we did it.
So you do know that the one egg can work, but each egg is like multiple times more likely to work as bait. So it's basically one will get you here, 2 will get you there, 3 will like kind of like a. It's exponentially better to get more.
Alright, how about
50,
this?
75%, 85%.
Why don't I hang back? You teleport. They start heading out that way. I can run fast. Very fast. You
Okay.
I can
transport
stop
back
at
with it,
least. I
and
can stop at least one from chasing us.
yes.
How big are these
Oh.
turtles?
They're,
Fucking
they're
huge.
dragon-sized.
Yeah, so
I don't think
Oh.
you're gonna stop one.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Oh.
pass over an egg to somebody. I'm gonna hand the egg to somebody. Somebody take this. The Forest Knight and I can grab and run in case it pops up. Right?
Why does anyone else need? I can grab 2 eggs just fine, all by myself. No one needs to come with me. I can absolutely do this. I just
no,
want to
I
make
mean
sure
I
that's what we
stay on
want.
this side, but when you transport back, I grab
can
an
carry-
egg and we sprint together.
I can carry 2, no problem myself.
Can you sprint fast?
I can. Well, the egg.
How fast are you?
Ty, let me double check this though. But the eggs shouldn't slow me down, right?
Nope, eggs will not slow you down.
They won't slow me down, and I run at 30 speed and a click. I don't know how to break down D&D speeds, but I have.
I
30
got
speed.
50,
For an
and so
average
Forrest, stop!
Hmm?
Forrest, are you comfortable doing this yourself?
I mean, I can absolutely handle getting these eggs. If a turtle comes out, we'll have to fight it, and it's gonna be.
I will throw
it's gonna be a
whatever
mess.
spells I have to get it to leave us the fuck alone.
if we're
Alright.
question for the Forest Knight.
Yes.
Mention rationing healing. Do you not
Yes.
do you not get your spells back after a night's rest?
I do, but we also have some potions that are of use, and if we can avoid a fight, I always find it easier and better to do so.
We
However,
don't use the potions on this one. We use
that's
the
always the
resources
hope,
that can.
isn't it?
Right, but we use the resources that we have available now if we have to. I'm only saying if.
No one
We
drinks
save
a
the
potion
expendable
because
ones.
no one saves a potion when it can save their life. That's all I'm saying. That being said, I'm happy to do with whatever you want for this. I leave it to our uh
Esteemed leader.
sure.
Pretty sure.
Do I notice the sarcasm dripping off?
Do you?
Oh yes, yes you do. It is
was
not
gonna say-
subtle.
Pretty naked.
I'm not sarcastic. I'm just resigned.
Not you, Blaze.
Yeah.
I know.
That's my horse's name. Sorry.
Wow. Sorry for your horse. Just kidding.
Forrest, give it a shot.
Okay.
All right. So for
I
this,
suggest you prepare yourselves for battle, just in case.
I'm going to hold a firebolt.
For I am not stealthy.
we'll need. So
I got
you'll mark off
So-
the spell, and then to see how quickly and quietly you can pick up 2 eggs, it'll be a stealth check and an athletics check.
Fuck. Okay.
It'll be
Stealth.
fine.
you're weak
No, dude.
to run.
So,
Um.
and then don't
All
forget to
right.
mark off 2 uses of hidden paths.
Yeah. So. Stealth and acrobatics.
Athletics.
Athletics. Okay. Well, one's okay. Ugh. Here we go.
Oh,
sake.
shit!
Okay. So, you guys
Let's
see.
get the dragon eggs. One's not
I
enough.
actually, I'm
I can
just
fight
glad because
one.
I wanted to fight.
So you see the forest knight. He kind of takes a second, and then instead of stepping forward, he takes a step back and is gone. And you see him facing you on the other side of the river. You go to pick up both the eggs, and then you hear this.
We hear this cut out. We hear this.
As some bubbles start to rise quickly, and as you step back,
I prep confusion.
perfect. As you step back, you've readied confusion, and then bursting from the surface is this giant tortoise. Go ahead and cast your confusion.
I was holding firebolts,
Fire.
if that matters at all.
Yep, go ahead. Anybody who is holding a spell or an action, go ahead and use it now.
Does he get
I
to
would.
transport back?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely get a
back in a
teleport,
hand.
right? Like
Yes,
also,
yeah, no, you're back. You're back. You made it back because you didn't crit fail anything, and it's an innate ability that you would have. Yeah, so you're back.
Okay,
And
so
then
we
I
have
have
3
2
eggs.
Yes, you have you brought back 2 eggs, so you have 3 total. All right, so
Cool.
confusion. What's the saving throw?
18.
18, and then that was a 15 on the firebolt. Misses.
It's a 13.
13?
Yeah, it misses.
Misses. All right, and then it's. So you said wisdom?
I didn't say it, but
3.
Hey,
Noise.
So, as it breaks through the surface, you see, and then you see the Undying Prince reach out his hand, and you see just like as he twists his hand, all of a sudden you see the head of it twist with it, and you see its eyes kind of concentrate on the. Go
I
ahead, sorry.
do have a. Sorry, it won't
Yeah.
make a difference. Just for future reference, during a. Oh, it's during a rest. Never mind.
Okay, yeah,
Nothing.
I know what you're talking about. So perfect. And then it suddenly begins to just like kind of stare, and then it kind of like shakes its head a little bit, and then kind of stops again.
Run!
Yeah, we should
Um,
get
Starts
the fuck
going the
out.
exact opposite direction of you guys.
Okay,
Perfect.
we head the
let's
fuck out.
go. Leave now.
Running away.
All right, everybody.
I'm gonna send-
away.
I'm sending Povix
sprinting.
up to keep an eye on its direction of movement, at least 100 feet behind us.
Perfect. So everybody run.
I
you can.
am
Everybody.
sprinting all out and percepting as I'm going.
So everybody,
So
if
I'm
you can.
clearing the way.
Okay, so everybody mark down your movement speed, and then just keep it in the chat as you'll be adding it, adding your distance every round. So write whatever it is. Don't type enter yet. Okay, you can, but just keep
Um,
keep,
Alright.
keep track of it there. And then so just write 30 and then like put a plus after it. So for that round, it is running that way, and then since saving throw is at the end of each of its turns. Okay?
enter, guys.
Ah, shit, whoops.
It fails again, so add another double. So keep track of just double your movement as it. starts to turn back to where it came from, but a little bit different. So it's now, so it ran the opposite way, so now it's back to about here. And then
For sprinting, we should be taking care of double our action.
Wait,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
shouldn't
true, that's
I
true.
be at
Guys-
100?
you guys are so you have to use your action, a bonus action to carry eggs. So your egg carriers can't dash. So I was assuming
Okay.
you were all staying together.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
So
still.
are we at 3 now?
I have
Yep,
to
you're
dash
at
to
3
keep
now.
up with half of these fuckers, so I
You
mean...
do. All right. Oh, sorry, that's charisma. But it's the same. It's the same. So it'll roll. So it doesn't get the 14, and 14 wasn't saved anyway. So at this point, you guys are far enough away that the poor confused turtle. You do
Stole its
hear.
babies.
I left 2 on purpose.
So you guys make it out with 3 turtle eggs, and you hear after running for a good minute, because it lasts a full minute. We're just gonna say it lasted the entire duration, and then you
Pavix,
hear
tell us
this.
that we're good.
Pavix, you see Pavix flies back to your shoulder, and he taps 3 times on your helmet, letting you know that danger is past.
We can't communicate telepathically, just FYI.
He's doing stuff that are you trained him to do.
Yeah.
the
No,
quiet
okay,
signals
cool.
and
I like that flavor better anyway.
Perfect. So
Sweet.
that's just the way he's used to talking to you. And then
like
after about a minute, you hear this moanful just. It sounds like a whale crying almost.
Oh,
like
damn!
as
And
you,
never have to take another mission like this.
and it shakes the woods and is inescapable. But you made it out with your eggs.
I feel dirty.
You ever see a sky dancer before? What's it called?
Yes.
You ever see a sky swimmer before?
Yes, I have.
No one's gonna feel good by the end of this.
I know.
It helps I don't feel exactly great about that either.
We're all bound.
What does it matter? We've
Feel
done it.
the
We all
crushes
have our
us all.
reasons to do it. Feeling bad's not going to make it easier.
So, all right.
Focus
But
on the
not
mission.
feeling
Fair
bad
point.
would be a greater toll than I feel this mission would be worth. I'll keep my soul, thanks.
Perfect. So you guys,
Keep my wits. Thank you.
What? What'd you say?
Oh no.
I'll keep my
sorry.
wits. Thanks.
So
Not really exclusive, but whatever makes you sleep at night.
So traveling back, you found the same path that you found before, so it takes you another 6 hours to get back. So you guys are about the equivalent of so the equivalent of, let's say, getting up probably about. It's getting to be around like the equivalent of 8 o'clock. Although now the sun is rising in the sky as you're headed back.
How far are we from the hag's place?
So at this point, headed back there, you guys would be about 10 hours. No, hold on. Because you went there, then you would be going this. Yeah, about 10 hours. Because you kind of, it was like Hag's place. You went, you started to head this way, then headed that way. You're headed back towards it. Yeah, so you.
Oh wow! So this was like on the way. Cool.
Yeah. Like that's why I had you do those checks at those times, so that way if you wanted to take those options, you could on your way.
Great. Is there any spell or thing, nature thing? How did we find the hag?
It
guys
was one of
remember?
the unseelie contacts that you had given by the queen.
Oh, okay.
So
We-
the
have
Twister
any
Knight
more?
led you.
Sorry, what?
Twister Knight knew of it, and you found the path there by following the stench of death.
Are there any others we would know?
There aren't any unseelie this far into these lands. She was the deepest in, so you'd have to kind of more camp, try to find a place or make a place to hide.
Okay.
I know one of you has something for this.
I have create bonfire, and then I have, God, what's it called? Something of moon and shadow. Oh God, where did I put that
It's,
dang old action?
Under features and traits, should be.
Balm of the nope. Yeah, Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow. During a short or long rest, you can touch a point in space and create an invisible 30-foot sphere that grants +5 to bonus and +5 bonus to stealth and perception checks while within it. The light from an open flame within it can't be seen. So I just let everyone know that as soon as we're ready to start camp for the night, I can create a bonfire and a dome of and a hearth of moonlight and shadow. So.
And then
Worried about smoke or heat? Use one. I can make one that only gives us light.
Perfect. With our powers combined.
and then
How much farther?
s-
right. Captain Planet back.
Squall Knight, you also, just as a quick reminder, you have rope trick, where you can throw a rope into the air, climb up, and it's like this hidden place. And it is about, you guys are getting close to it. With the, make a history check, Twister, and a survival check, Forest Knight.
Survival, it's what I'm trying to do.
Ooh.
So you,
Oh, do I get advantage on that because I'm in the
Yeah.
woods?
you know what?
Advantage
Because
I did
it's
so well
because it's your main
Got Laura
prey.
Bailey over here.
Because it's your main prey and your current mission that you would have studied everything beforehand because you'd be the most informed, being the most loyal, I will give you advantage this one time.
Bada
Aw,
bing!
Yay.
Forest Knight, because I screwed up.
Oh
Fabulous.
man,
All right.
rough.
And
Damn
then,
it.
Because I screwed up your nature. No, you still have a +5. This really wouldn't. No, these are gonna be the checks you guys have to kind of live with. You know
That's
that
fine.
you're gonna be probably pretty close. You're thinking you're gonna be about 3 to 4 hours away from its den, if you had to guess. You know you're definitely within 15 to 20 miles.
Can I commune with nature? Ask
Can.
bird, whatnot.
Yeah. I'm
I
going to
commune
mark off
with
this
nature.
spell. Perfect. So as you see the Force Knight kind of walking around and picking up things, and he's trying to think, and he's when you ask him how much longer, you see he thinks, and he holds up and then you see he kind of like sits down, and then he kind of pushes his fingers into the ground as he's sitting like legs cross-legged, and then you see he kind of like leans his head back, and Force Knight, you feel your fingers become almost roots into the lifeblood of this place, and you feel something that's disturbing, like something out of place. And as you kind of feel around you, you realize that about starting about 3 miles away, there's like a border. It's this thing where the air, everything is in conflict. The nature is being changed. It's becoming part of the layer of this sky swimmer. And so you know that it's disturbing these things, and you know that by communing with the nature, you feel entities swirling into and out of existence. So the elementals, because it says elementals here, you feel there are dust devil elementals twirling and into and out of life, wandering around this place, and then more strikes of lightning that are caused more by this magical nature of the sky swimmer making its home than actual nature.
Do I sense a good place for us to stop and find relative safety to sleep?
As long as you're not inside of that place, that you're probably safe from the effects of it. It's you feel it. It's a border, a supernatural border almost created by this. Oh shit, you sense Fae. Okay, fuck you.
Yeah, I sense. Yeah, you did it.
I
You
did.
get
I
me
know.
this spell.
I know. No, this
You
was
did- Yep. mhm.
so basically. I also use this as an opportunity to give me a chance to practice high level stuff. So it was good. So you do feel about 2 miles away from you. There is a small cluster of Eladrin.
Elves.
Where?
And would be it. Yeah, there's a river close by as far as safe drinking water. Yep, and then you're after a minute of searching out and feeling these things, you're back to yourself.
Okay. So I got a good location for us to sleep for the night, and then I know there's a bunch of Eladrin, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
you know-
we
Future
should-
reference, Ty, with this spell.
I know
because
he's
I
asked us
studied it.
questions because I'm an
It's
idiot.
3.
Yeah,
It's
I-
3.
I was just reading that and I was like, I forgot to make him ask the questions. That's okay.
I
I'm
was gonna
pretty
ask
certain
quick-
you were gonna
Okay.
ask those anyway, so perfect. All right, so I'll only give you 3 facts. I'll give you elementals, bay, and then a safe place. So
I think the only bonus fact we got is there's a river nearby, but
Yeah.
it's not really like.
You would have known that already. All right, so
That could easily be part of the safe place.
and we're getting
Yeah.
to the point. Undead Prince, you're starting to recognize this area, and you know that there's a river.
Ah, fuck.
And so,
Alright.
how do you guys want to spend the
I
rest
can
of
be.
your? How do you guys want to do your rest?
He
I want
told
to
us
go
of
to
the
the safest place that I've sensed.
So,
told us of the elves, right?
yeah, you're 2 miles
Yeah.
away from the elves.
Oh, is 2 miles enough?
And these are specifically Eladrin.
Ellen.
You never fought these types of elves before. Fought elves on the element or the material plane. Other than
As long as.
in your
as
Wait,
long
what about the
as-
ones earlier?
other than in your afterlife. I mean, in your previous life.
As long as they don't notice our fire, we should be fine.
Okay. I set out a hearth of moon and shadow.
Perfect. So the rest of you see the Green Knight. He reaches out and
Hi.
he like pinches a little bit of an existence, but it seems to be holding this invisible sphere. And then he snaps his fingers over the top of it, and you just see this, for this split second, a shimmering dome pop out. And as it does, it kind of like is a whoosh of leaves and stuff stirred up, and then they settle to the ground, and it's been set.
Ooh. If I disguise myself in my sleep, will that reset when I wake up?
Disguise self depends on the spell. I don't
have-
think
it's-
it. How long does the spell last? I think it's only an hour spell,
Oh, okay.
so
Never
it
mind.
wouldn't persist through sleep.
Gotcha. Cool.
And then, you create the fire, and you know that it can't be seen, nor in the smoke coming from it. Does anybody want to do anything with their time before they bed down?
I'm just gonna have Pavik stand watch, specifically looking in the direction. Not specifically, but making sure he knows the direction that the Forest Knight told us the elves were in.
Perfect. Perception check at advantage.
Gadoo, 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 gadoo. Oh my god, Pavix is badass.
So,
Phonics!
okay, I just want to
Pop
point
it
out
off.
how cool it is that ever since you remembered his name, all of a sudden he's just like,
Yeah, stats suddenly got good.
like it's
Better,
crazy.
I mean.
All right, and so anybody else doing anything for this long rest?
Flavor helps.
I'm only
man.
trancing.
Flavor helps.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not fully sleeping.
Do
I'm napping,
Forest
and
Knight sleepy.
Perfect.
we Pavix can't see what's going on in the dome, right?
He can. He just can't see the fire. Like it's disguising the fire
Okay.
and everything like that. It's not invisibility,
Oh, okay.
but looking
so Pavix
down,
knows that he's trancing.
yeah, Pavix. Well,
Okay.
Pavix knows that he's sitting cross-legged and against a tree. But like, it is kind of hard to see everybody in the armor that was given. Even you, the Flame Knight, somehow from a distance seem to have some sort of a bit of cloaking to your material. But like, the Undying Prince seems to almost fade into the tree that he's sitting up against. The Green Knight lays down on the ground and almost melds with the ground as far as being able to see him.
Sorry.
Language proficiency. The Squall Knight.
I'm putting my stuff in.
Oh, you're good. The Squall Knight, as she settles down, it almost the illusion of a puddle. This little body of water appears, and then as the
What?
because your armor. And then the Twister Knight, elves, man, they're crazy. So the Twister Knight, as she goes to lay down, as she kind of leans back, it's just this, as she hits this, just like almost like little breath of wind, moves a little bit of leaves, and they kind of just dance a little bit, very weird, but no outline of a figure.
I'm also staying very perceptive on everybody.
So you are no longer an Eladrin. You cannot trance to sleep. You will have to sleep at one point, just so you know.
Oh, I will.
Perfect. Okay. So go and make your perception
Chief
checks.
naps, but
All right. And then Squall, are you doing anything?
want to try and see what some of my fellow knights are doing.
Perfect. So go and do a perception check for me.
Perceive some things.
Um,
Maybe. Maybe? Maybe.
All right. So, as everybody goes to kind of bed down, Blaze Knight, you're are you sleeping and leaving him on watch? Correct.
Yes.
Perfect. So, you'll be updated on what he sees when you wake up, when he wakes you up.
Perfect.
Um,
Well, I
and-
mean, if anything, he knows that if anything crazy starts happening,
Oh,
to
yeah,
wake me.
yeah, that's the
He
first
knows
thing
the
he would do.
deal.
I'm just saying, whatever happens, you'll be informed of it when you're woken up, not as it
Right.
happens. So that's all.
Any
Um,
social stuff?
Exactly. So Twister Knight, as you lay, both of you, if you're trying to pretend to be asleep, I want a performance check. If you're not, you're just kind of doing your thing. Don't worry about it.
I'm just kind of doing my thing, and if I notice that she's awake, I'll move over and sit next to her. Well, not sit next to her. I'll move over towards her and be like, "Do you mind if I sit next to you for a while?"
Squall, are you?
sorry, was that for the Forest Knight?
No, it's for Squall.
That was for the Squall Knight.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, wait, did I mess up?
Not at all. You might want to grab a towel, though.
It's not real worrying. That's funny.
You must have been a father in another life. The pun is strong with you.
Bad jokes.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Well, I can't say my social graces win me any love at the courts, but
Well, I will gladly make puns in your vicinity.
pun away, pun away. Breaks the monotony, for certain. What really brings you on this quest, though? You've been very quiet.
Cable. Wait, Deadpool. So if I'm gonna lie, I can't hear you.
Sorry. Okay. Do
For some
you want to hop it
reason.
up? Okay. For this, let me hop into a private chat with you real quick. Everybody, don't watch the trip stream for a second. I'm gonna hop over and do a quick private chat on how this social situation will work. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Woohoo!
Have fun, nerds.
Perfect. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you
so
hear me?
yes, yeah. So whether you're trying to deceive or influence, like it's basically we'll be rolling whether you're doing a persuasion or a deception check. Now what you're gonna do is when you open your character sheet, you'll see at the top it'll say to public or to GM. You'll roll those whichever one you choose to me, so they don't know which stat you're using, so the player won't know if you're lying or telling the truth.
Got it.
So we'll go ahead and do it that way, and then just so when you're gonna roll, just say you're rolling, and then we'll do it that way. And then for this, if she's I was thinking about it. I was like, so your cover for this is so because you've been working inside the Unseelie Court for a while. To even get to this point. So basically, you're brought in because you performed delicate assassinations and things, but they were on targets that were only approved by Titania, so they were already problem people. And so you're known to take jobs for the Unseelie Queen, but you come with the jobs and ask if they need to be done. So you're kind of like this, kind of dancing between the two courts. So the Unseelie Queen thinks you're her spy, and the Seelie Queen knows that. So that's kind of where your character fits into this. So I hope that's helpful. I know.
So I could, yeah. So I could say that I.
You could say what?
I could say that I, was working for the Queen Titiana. Ignore me. I'm not talking to you, TJ.
No, you'll never want to say you're working for Titania because Titania.
Yeah, I was like, but that's.
Yeah, you'll want to say that you're working for the Queen of Air and Darkness. and that you do assassinations for. And then you don't have to go into the other details until they're make her draw them out of you. But for now, you're kind of an assassin, and if she
Okay.
asks, how you got involved with assassination, and you can stonewall at any point. You don't have to tell her anything. So, perfect. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna.
Perfect.
So I'll roll 2 GM to hide which one I'm going with,
Exactly.
right? And then, sorry, the Queen of Air and Darkness, right?
That's correct. Yep. That's the
Okay,
one that
just wanna
is
make sure.
unseelie. You can say Queen of Air and Darkness, the unseelie queen, whichever you prefer.
Oh, good. Okay.
All right. Ready to hop back?
All right.
Any other
Got it.
questions? Yeah.
Thanks. Nope.
Perfect. All right.
Appreciate.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, we'll get you over there. Perfect. So we'll take it from here.
The game drives to be dark.
But rape is built into the system, huh?
Whoa!
It
Whoa!
doesn't have to be
Whoa!
rape.
Whoa! Whoa!
But if you watch
Whoa!
it, one of the players just totally like abuses the fact that she's playing like the hot girl in the high school,
Oh, I know what you guys are
even
talking
against adults.
about. Ew.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
it was kind of
fantastic.
Kind of
creepy.
hilarious.
All right.
What's
So,
his
I mean,
name?
it was kind of so. I mean,
Sorry.
you would expect the hot girl in high school to like flirt with the school cop in order to not get in trouble. I mean, think of it like that.
all right. So,
Jesus
great.
Christ.
So we're coming back. So let's dive back
What are
into
you
it.
talking
It is
Okay.
it is nighttime. You guys have just started
Cable.
to...
Cable.
Cable.
Alright.
Bark,
Oh,
bark, bark.
now you've angered the dog.
You were
You hear
asking me.
wandering dogs.
You were asking me what brings me here.
Yes.
So
Aside from
I,
your devotion to the Queen of Air and Darkness, of course.
aside from my what?
Devotion to the Queen of Air and Darkness, of course.
Of course. I'm sort of a jack of all trades consultant for the Queen. But I hadn't been this way before and I needed to get away. And so I accepted a job that was a little unusual, but I'd do anything for the Queen.
Insight check. I want to know if she's lying or not. What I can glean. Can't hear you, Ty!
All right. Roll the check to me, Squall Knight, and then Twister, go and roll your insight.
I did mine.
She seems to be telling the truth. Seems pretty honest about what she's saying.
Yeah. What do you think of our fearless leader so far?
I feel he's a little bit stiff, but he has a good heart.
Good heart. He seems as black as the Queen herself.
That's what I said. A good heart.
It's- I don't know. I would like to know who I can trust among this group. The hag
think you'll-
mentioned together. We need to stay together, but something she said troubles me.
And what did she say that troubled you?
Someone is not being honest.
That's worrying.
It's very concerning. I don't know about the others, but I would lay down my life for the Queen.
As would I.
Can I insight check that?
Sure. Give me a roll. Give me an insight.
Inside check, inside check.
Squall, I didn't get your roll.
I was like, I love the crickets. The actual
Sorry.
crickets.
Crickets. They do all kinds of things.
She seems to
What
be
is
telling
Squall
the truth.
rolling?
She would do anything for the...
Keep an eye out, Squall Knight. If you notice anything, I would like to hear it.
I will. 2 eyes, as often as I can spare them.
Fantastic.
The Squall Knight just loves puns.
I'm enjoying it as well.
Just here for the dad jokes.
Fucking puns.
Unexpected
On
bonus.
point rhyming game. God
Smile on
damn.
my face. Oh, I must sleep at some point. But good night.
So of course I stole that joke. Something.
I
Sorry.
go and I lay down.
Oh, you're good? Perfect. So that's where we'll go ahead and stop for tonight, since it's going to be the actual combat next time. And we only have about 12 minutes left till 9:30. So while I want you guys to, for this week, think about how you want to put the traps, so we can kind of roll through that a little quickly to give us the most time for combat.
I'm thinking scrambled eggs. What do you guys think?
I love placing traps.
Perfect.
Can we set up some happy birthday traps?
Oh,
We
do I have a
can.
glyph of warning? I don't have a glyph.
Also, I did steal that joke. It's from
Alright.
Lord of the Rings.
It is. Yeah, no, we love it.
Yo!
All right, so with that, again, this episode, as always, brought to you by the DM Emporium, dmemporium.com. As brought to you, I mean, it's just me running the website, so come buy things. So maybe one day I can quit my job and just do D&D streams all day long. It's the dream. As you heard during the beginning of the stream, we have one of our players get a lovely
Special
Demon voice.
Delivery!
Hold on one
It was
second.
wonderful.
Perfect.
And I just tested out the pens.
We
by the
demanded-
way.
We demand a demon party voice, a party in the demon voice time.
I can't do
what our
the party.
points are worth.
You
I
have
can't-
demand.
Okay, hold on. 1 second. I have to change a few things. Give me 1 second.
Just hit both of them at the same time. See how badly that fucks up
You
everything.
So you can't is the weird thing.
I never know what to do with stream points. What can we make him do? Well, everything's super cheap on that channel, so this could be fun.
Oh my god.
I need to add more stuff in here.
Yeah, I know. Hold on.
Yes, I did just write
Also,
them.
bring a
Bloody.
dog over for it.
I mean, he also needs to just.
Alright, so I can't do both. So give me 1 second.
We'll do that part, and then I'm gonna manually do the demon voice. But let me get the pop. 1 second. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What else can we make him do?
Oh, you know what? TJ, I just got a great. Next time when we stream, save one of those points to make him do the demon voice whenever Mesnos talks. Then he has to do that when they're totally having a very serious conversation with them.
Totally do it. I have
Alright, here we go. It's that same time. It's Puppy. It's Arthur. It's D&D night. Oh yeah. Good boy. Alright.
Alright, now take us out in the angelic voice.
Alrighty. Angelic, you say?
Yes.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Just the whole outro.
And here we go. This episode was brought to you by DM Emporium. Go check it out at dmemporium.com. It's going to be lovely. Get everything you need. Catch us next week right here. Goodbye.